The MLS season is over and players there have nothing to do. The league starts in February and ends in October, so normally the players get a full 4 months off. That's great in regular times, but not this season. The World Cup is coming up next summer, so the big players need to keep playing and competing at the highest level to be ready for the tournament. That's where the solution comes in. Like what Beckham, Thierry Henry, and some other players did before. They go on loan to European teams for a few months to stay in shape and then come back. And that's what's happening now. Big names returning to Europe and teams they might go back to. Let's check out who they are. But forget to like and subscribe because, as you know, we start our way to the first 10,000 and, my friend, I'm serious. I believe you. Now, let's get into the details. Rodrigo de Paul. Out of nowhere, Atletico announces departure to Inter Miami, and he's only 31. This guy is still physically and technically capable of playing for the biggest teams in the world, but this move was more emotional, maybe because of Messi. However, it's clear DePaul won't stay there over the break. He'll head back to Europe to play regularly, worried about losing his fitness before the World Cup or even upcoming international camps. This was an agreement between the player and Inter Miami before he signed the contract. You might ask, where would he go, man? I'd say Inter Milan wants him. He chose to stay at Miami even though they wanted to buy him, and since Inter is involved, Juventus must be interested. They need a player with those technical and physical abilities. Besides, there are teams like West Ham and Aston Villa in England. So if he wants to come back, 1,000 would want him. Where do you think he'd go? Soon Heung-min, the guy with all the class and guts. When his time at Tottenham was over and his body couldn't keep up, he decided to head to the MLS to make some cash and enjoy life a bit. Even so, he showed some great skills there, scoring 9 goals and assisting 3 in just 10 games. It proved the MLS isn't quite at his level, but he's still got it. He's running and hustling, and his eyes are still wandering. His heart hasn't gotten tired from all the journeys yet. This opened the door for a loan move back to Europe because, according to his agent, Soon isn't planning to take a long break and wants to keep playing during the league's pause. Several clubs are interested in him, with Bayer Leverkusen at the top of the list. They need a leader like Soon after a lot of changes in their project and the team starting to struggle. This move is very likely. But who's really pushing hard? AC Milan! They want a player like Son, not as a luxury, but because Milan truly needs him. Allegri's style need a second striker like Soon, as they're short in that position. Having him would fill that gap perfectly. The closest team to Sony is Milan, and most likely his next team will be theirs. Riqui Puig, as soon as he got promoted from La Masia, he got big hype more than Lamine Yamal or Pedri, and the kid was really talented but had a big problem with mentality and commitment. He needs to improve himself to take a very strange step and go to the MLS. This was back in 2022, and he was only 23 then, but he turned down a lot of offers in Spain, and honestly, yeah, he shined there. He scored 49 goals in 82 games with Los Angeles Galaxy, but after that, no one really paid attention to him anymore. The problem was, he was close to returning to Europe, and some Spanish clubs were negotiating with him. But suddenly, he got a really long injury that made him miss the entire current season. He's expected to come back in a month or so. The thing is, Puig isn't coming back to Europe just to take it easy. He's bored of resting and wants to play at a high level again, get his name back in the spotlight, and catch people's attention. Right now, Valencia and Sevilla are very welcoming and definitely need him, not to mention other teams, beside Betis, Mallorca, and maybe Sevilla. Puig going back to Europe is really important for him as a player because after this, he probably won't get another chance to do anything. Marco Reus, well, he's not certain. He's another name on the list, but there's strong talk that Marco Reus is coming back to Europe for a very emotional reason, to save Mönchengladbach. The team is currently last in the league, and this is the club that introduced him to the world and kick-started his legendary football career, according to many people. They need a leader and an experienced player to help in this tough situation. And it's said that Reus will answer the call one last time. Gabriel Peck. Last summer, he was Arsenal target, and his name got linked to Barcelona as a replacement for Lamin, but suddenly, all that talk died down, and he just stayed in the US. No big deal. Gabriel just turned 24, and he really needs to make a move to Europe soon before his name disappears in the US. That's why he's trying to get a European offer, even if it's just a loan, to prove himself there and get noticed again. He's contributed to 56 goals in 81 games with Los Angeles Galaxy and is their star player right now, but playing in the US is different from Europe. Maybe Porto or Benfica in Portugal could be options. Almiron come back to Europe? After 6 years at Newcastle, he decided to return to Atlanta in the MLS, the team where he once played amazingly. But things aren't the same anymore. Neither his level nor his performance is what it used to be. Everything's different. Still, there have been talks about Lille and Fans being interested in him, but so far nothing confirmed. It's possible he might go back on loan to France. This whole story isn't really important, just wanted to keep you in the loop so you don't think I'm hiding anything from you. As for Lionel Messi, he went to Miami to rest his legs before the World Cup. Honestly, his legs really needed the break, and now he doesn't have the same physical strength anymore. Magic never ends, which is why they say he wants to go back to Europe for a few months before the next World Cup. And you know who got teary-eyed hearing that? The truth is, Messi's story with Barcelona ended when he left, but there are some emotional things you just can't shut the door on, like the Papa returning to Camp Nou with Messi as the team captain, or at least as a substitute in certain matches. It would be legendary. Messi, Lamin, Rafinha, and Pedri, all on the pitch together, with Flick coaching from the sidelines. Imagine that. Sure, Messi isn't the same player he was when he left Barcelona, and yeah, the body doesn't always keep up. But this is Messi, guys. The rose whose scent lingers. Just dive right in and a little touch here and there to get a lot done. What do you think, my friend? I'm waiting for your answer in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss any updates. Peace out. Excellence.